Friends, good evening and namaskar. Welcome to this weekly briefing in the virtual format.
So the first set of questions is on 2+2 dialogue. Sandeep Dikshit from the Tribune has asked, could you please elaborate on 2+2 discussions and India's view on trade, energy, investment issues?
On this, I'm sure all of you would have seen the press statements by EM and RM after the 2+2 ministerial dialogue, as well as the joint statement that we issued following the meeting. Largely, the format of this 2+2 was reflective of a comprehensive strategic global partnership that we have with the US, under which a range of foreign policy issues were discussed. And these issues included regional and global issues of mutual interest. The discussions covered various elements of our bilateral partnership, and there was a sense of satisfaction that the partnership has grown in virtually every domain, including trade, energy, defense, and education. We are also engaging more intensively on matters of national security, and both sides are working more closely in multilateral formats. One important focus of discussions was the Indo-Pacific region, and there was a reiteration that both sides felt that peace, stability, and prosperity was important for all in this region. We also discussed cooperation in multilateral platforms, particularly in the context of India entering the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member with effect from the 1st of January 2021. As regards trade issues, we agreed to rejuvenate and expand bilateral trade in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the ongoing discussions between the United States Trade Representative and our Ministry of Commerce and Industry to reach an understanding on improving market access, on removing barriers to trade, as well as to improve the business environment was noted during these discussions. In the field of energy, there was a sense of satisfaction that there has been significant progress under all the four pillars of the strategic energy partnership. And these pillars cover oil and gas, power and energy efficiency, renewable and sustainable growth. And I think you would also recall that an MOU was signed recently in the area of strategic petroleum reserves, which was also something which was welcomed during this 2+2 dialogue. In the area of energy, another significant development is the announcement of the extension of cooperation under India's of the two sides under the Global Center for Nuclear Energy Partnership, and this extension of MOU was something which was an announcement that was made after the dialogue. Particularly on supply chain issues, there was a reaffirmation of support to enhance supply chain resilience and also to seek alternatives in the current paradigm. And there was a feeling that we need to seek alternatives because these supply chains have come under strain during the pandemic and they have exposed vulnerabilities. The ministers also sought support for global economic recovery, and the need was felt that we need to emerge from this pandemic more resilient than ever. Our development assistance and multimodal connectivity infrastructure, as well as trade linkages that have been built, and our efforts in this regard through our development assistance to Afghanistan to sustain the growth and development there over the long term was something which was appreciated by the US side.
The Trump administration has proposed to scrap the computerized lottery system to grant H-1B work visas to foreign technology professionals and replaced it with a wage-level based selection process. What is MEA's response to this?
Response would be that people-to-people relationship is an important foundation of the special relationship that we have with the US, and in our engagements we have emphasized that this mutually beneficial partnership should be nurtured. We are engaged with the US government for increasing predictability in the visa regime, as well as to minimize the inconvenience being faced by those in the US, as well as those who need to travel to the US for bonafide reasons. and Government of India will continue to monitor developments in this regard.
इंडिया यूएस जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट में पाक प्रायोजित आतंकवाद के जिक्र पर पाकिस्तान ने कड़ी प्रतिक्रिया जताई है। भारत का क्या जवाब है?
We have seen the comments by the Pakistan Foreign Office on the Indo-US joint statement. The whole world knows the truth about Pakistan's role in supporting terrorism. No amount of denial can hide this truth. Even their own leaders have time and again spoken about their role with regard to terrorism. The country which provides shelter to the maximum number of UN proscribed terrorists should not even attempt to play victim.
पाकिस्तान ने कल बयान जारी कर कश्मीर के नए लैंड लॉ पर टिप्पणी की है। इस पर क्या प्रतिक्रिया है?
You would be aware that the government has taken a number of measures in recent times for socio-economic development and for improvement of livelihood in the Union Territory of J&K, which is an integral part of India. Therefore, these decisions relate to internal affairs of India and no country has a locus standi to comment on this.
अगले महीने गुरु नानक देव जयंती पर पाकिस्तान ने सिख श्रद्धालुओं को न्योता भेजा है। क्या अगले महीने कुछ दिनों के लिए करतारपुर कॉरिडोर खोला जाएगा?
करतारपुर कॉरिडोर का मूवमेंट सस्पेंड हुआ था, आपको ज्ञात होगा, कोविड-19 सिचुएशन के चलते, और इस समय हम सारे कंसर्न्ड अथॉरिटीज़, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स से संपर्क में है और इस कॉरिडोर को रीओपन करने का डिसीजन कोविड प्रोटोकॉल और रिस्ट्रिक्शंस जब ईज होंगे उस समय अप्रोप्रिएट टाइम पे लिया जाएगा.
Has India raised the issue of Kashmir map with Saudi Arabia?
We have seen the banknotes referred by you in these questions, and these banknotes give an incorrect depiction of India's external territorial boundaries. The note was issued by Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority on the 24th of October to mark the occasion of the Saudi presidency of the G20. We have conveyed our serious concerns to Saudi Arabia, both through our ambassador through their ambassador in New Delhi as well as in Riyadh. And we have taken up this gross misrepresentation of India's external territorial boundaries on an official and legal banknote of Saudi Arabia. We've asked the Saudi side to take urgent corrective steps in this regard. I would also like to further reiterate here that the Union Territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are integral parts of India.
During the 2+2, Mr. Pompeo referred to the tensions with China at LSE and said that US will stand with to confront the Chinese Communist Party's threats to security and freedom. China's foreign ministry has said LSE is a bilateral issue. Could MEA please confirm what is India's stand?
As you are aware, the last round of the senior commander talks held on 12th of October enabled in-depth discussions between the two sides, resulting in enhanced understanding of each other's positions. The two sides had agreed to maintain dialogue through military and diplomatic channels and arrive at a mutually acceptable solution for disengagement as early as possible. They had also agreed to implement the understandings reached by the leaders of the two countries, not to turn differences into disputes, and jointly safeguard peace and tranquility in the border areas. Accordingly, we have maintained communications with the Chinese side with a view to arrive at a mutually acceptable solution to the situation along the LAC in eastern Ladakh and restore full peace and tranquility. Now, to respond to the specific questions on the next round of talks, as we will let you know as whenever we have further information to share. But let me make it clear that there is no connection between this matter and any extraneous issue. And as regards the recent 2+2, may I remind you that EM had stated that the Indo-Pacific region was a particular focus of our talks. We reiterated the importance of peace, stability and prosperity for all countries in this region. This is possible only by upholding the rules-based international order, ensuring the freedom of navigation in the international seas, promoting open connectivity, and respecting the territorial integrity and sovereignty of all states.